This weekend we're in the beautiful Ardennes forest region of Belgium, across beautiful fields and villages, and getting ready to see Spa, the beautiful racetrack in the forest area. You can see Eau Rouge down there on the left, and let's have some fun and land on the main straight. Nice little touchdown there. As we head down to La Source, the grandstands are not represented properly, the pit straight is not quite right, but there is Eau Rouge trying to climb it in the Cessna 152, but getting stuck halfway. G'day everyone, Z21 here, you can call me Z. We're at Spa this weekend for the F1 Grand Prix in Belgium. We're taking off from Spa La Souvenir, maybe that's how you pronounce it, the ICAO code EBSP. I'm in the Cessna 152, back on the learner wings, as you say, one of the easier planes to fly. I'm on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and this is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and we've taken off successfully. What a beautiful surrounding of this airport or flight airstrip, and we're on our way to the racetrack, not too far, about a kilometer or so away. We are vibe flying, just trying to find our way. I have a general sense of where to go. I wanted to use the live weather, but when I did, it was just fog, so I couldn't even see the track or any of the surroundings. So I turned that off and just exploring in clear skies, so you can see the scenery really clearly as well. As I've been doing in previous videos, I have all the assists off and just trying to work it out as we go. One of the things about the PlayStation 5 version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is there is no replay function. So I've wanted to explore flying and then using different angles for a replay, but it seems it's only available on the PC or Xbox versions. It's fun to fly in the cockpit, but for a better view of the surroundings and scenery, I'm flying in this third-person view. It still looks cool. You can see some of the turbulence as you're flying as well, and you can feel it. What I did here as I was exploring the area is trying to find the European route E42 highway. It's VFR navigation, as they say, visual flight rules, a way to get your bearings and know where you're flying. It takes a bit of time for me to learn what I'm looking for, but it actually gives you a sense of where you are in the region and learning about those locations, the locations you're exploring. I noticed this large bridge ahead. Unsure if it's actually what it's called, but I searched it up. The Remmerchamps Viaduct. I don't know if it's that one, but it's quite a large bridge across the Emblev Valley. Still something that I find amazing about this game is the world, it's Earth. You can fly anywhere around the planet and just explore the scenery, the geography. It's all one-to-one. Some of the buildings and objects are probably placed based on satellite images, so maybe not completely accurate, but it's really flying in those locations. Quite amazing. And this is on the PlayStation 5. It's great. So it's not too far from here. You can see the track to the right in the distance, and we're going to do a flyover from high altitude, and then we'll go down to do our usual track guide. Comparing what we saw last week or the previous video when we flew around the Silverstone region, a lot more green fields here than what was shown in England. I think when watching the race on the TV, the race footage, it was quite green around, so obviously probably not quite accurate, but there it is, Spa-Francorchamps. Amazing track. The modern circuit is just over 7 kilometers long, with an elevation change of just over 100 meters. The original track, however, which was developed in 1920, used 15 kilometers of public roads linking the three towns, Francorchamps, I'd like to learn how to say that properly, Melbourne and Stavelot. An interesting history. But such a fun track, and it's another track that I've driven in Gran Turismo 7. Great flowing track to drive around. So just flying past the main straight there into the first corner of La Source, and you can see there is a stadium at Eau Rouge. Eau Rouge means red water, I believe. And that stadium doesn't exist. I think they mixed up a grandstand there. So let's call it Red Water Stadium, just for fun. So you get a feeling of the track as we fly around it. In the forest there. The Ardennes forest. really long track, 7 kilometers. I've heard they were mentioning in Sector 2 in this race, the cars will be quite challenging with maintaining the power. As you know, the battery ratio is 50-50 this season. That's still a hurdle for the engineers to overcome. So in the recent updates of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, they've updated different regions of the world with a graphics overhaul. But this region may be not quite complete at the moment, but still looks amazing. Small town right next to the track. Also, while flying over some of the areas, I saw some animals. Probably some cows, I think they were. And that's pretty cool to see. You can imagine the roar of the engines echoing off the mountains, the hills surrounding the track. So as we flew down the main straight and then turning at the first corner La Source all the way up to Eau Rouge, turns 2, 3 and 4, Radion, 15% uphill gradient, then down the Camel Straight. And then up to turns 5, 6 and 7, Le Combe, the highest point of the track. And then the corner formerly known as Rivage, now it's known as Brussels, I believe. And then Speaker's Corner. There is a broadcast speaker tower there. Down to turns 10 and 11, Puhon. I hope I said that correctly. And then turns 12 and 13, Fagnes and Piff-Paff. It was a little bit too sharp to turn there, so I had to do a fly around. And then 2 corners, 14 and 15, Campus and curve Paul Frere. And then turns 16 and 17, Blanchimont. Fast, sweeping left-hander taken flat out. And then up to the famous chicane, turns 18 and 19. Just up here, the bus stop chicane. Wow, such a cool track. That was a great low altitude flyover. Enjoyed that. I've been enjoying these flyovers every race. Such a cool experience when you can't be there physically. And then one last high altitude flyover. There is Redwater Stadium next to Eau Rouge. Amazing layout. And so I thought just flying back in the same route that I took on the way, look for the bridge. You can see it up there ahead. Vibe flying. I really like that term. I'd like to say I've coined it because I haven't found anyone else use it before. Vibe flying. Just enjoying flying around wherever you are. So there is E42. Can follow that for a little while and then turning left to head towards the small airstrip that we took off from. Although I've tried a few different planes recently, back in the Cessna 152, it's quite comfortable to fly. I still want to learn a little bit more about the instruments inside, how to really understand the technique of flying. But you know what, just so busy with work, it's hard to get time to actually enjoy the game. I only get a chance every now and then at the moment. But Belgium, what a beautiful area of the world. Beautiful region. Stunning scenery. Hello to anyone who lives in the region. If you happen to watch this, please say hello. If you're watching from anywhere, it would be great to hear from you, actually. Of course, want to share lots of these experiences together. And you're welcome to provide feedback. And I'm still learning, creating these videos. It's been quite fun. And there's the airstrip ahead. Important to learn how to land the plane properly, and just fumbling my way at the moment. It's been a great learning experience, also trying to do these voiceovers, talking through the flights, learning a little bit about the areas and seeing if we can make it home safely. Managing to not bounce the plane down the runway as well, that's some success. Probably could get even softer on the landing, but yeah, using the DualSense controller to try and keep the nose up as you hit the tarmac. And then also controlling the speed when you get down, that's also a little bit of a challenge. But not too far till we reach our parking spot. We made it. Again, thank you for watching if you've made it this far. Great to have you here with me and enjoying the flight together, and definitely hope to see you next time. If you'd like to leave a comment, ask a question, it would be wonderful to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.